Is there a prompt?
Oh, why does money and politics matter?
Okay, so my name is Sasha Costanza-Chak, and I'm Associate Professor of Civic Media at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And I was really glad to see this event happen here tonight. Money and politics is a super important issue, but I feel like it's too often been isolated off in its own sort of little group of people who focus on that, and that tends to often be sort of folks who are progressive, white, cis people. So connecting it to queer and trans liberation struggles and to communities of color is a really important piece of what needs to happen to really build the kinds of grassroots movement that we're going to need to overturn Citizens United and get money out of politics. So, for example, I work a lot on immigrant rights and immigration. I have a book about immigrant rights and immigrant rights organizing over the last 10 years, which is published by the MIT Press in 2014. And so one of the things in that space, so thinking about the intersections between immigrant rights, queer and trans identity, and money and politics, is that the same private prison companies that have pushed for really punitive policies that have led to the massive expansion of incarceration in the US are the same companies that are pushing to basically incarcerate and put more and more immigrant folks in jails under detention and deportation policies. So, companies like CCA and Geo Group that are these private, for-profit prison companies that have gone through ALEC, the Legislative Exchange Council, to push state by state for more punitive measures, to put more people in cages. They started realizing a few years back that a new growth market for them was detention centers and the detention deportation system. And so, for example, in Texas, one of these private prison companies, that we have a leaked memo from them where they were talking about how they saw as a growth area for them was going to be prisons, which they call detention centers, where they could put children, so unaccompanied minors, was a new growth area for them. So these people really have no shame. They're just trying to make as much profit as they can. And by building as many of these for-profit facilities, that increases their bottom line. And we also know that for queer and trans immigrants, many of who are coming from countries where they might be physically threatened or physically unsafe, so they're coming to the U.S. both for economic opportunity, but also for their survival. There's this really strong link between these companies that are pushing for more detention and deportation and for more punitive measures against undocumented people, and then what that's going to actually mean for queer and trans undocumented folks. So money in politics has a direct impact on queer and trans undocumented people. It leads to more folks at that intersection being targeted by the Department of Homeland Security, being targeted for detention and for deportation. And so that's just one of the many reasons that we need to stop them.